Whispers on the Wind, The Legend of the Chudail, written by Ruskin Bond, Ghost Stories from the Raj. This collection of eerie tales captures the essence of India's supernatural folklore, bringing to life the spine-chilling stories that have been passed down through generations. India, a land of vibrant colors and ancient traditions, also harbors a darker side. Beneath the surface of its bustling markets and joyous festivals lies a world steeped in mystery and the supernatural. It is a place where shadows hold secrets and whispers of the supernatural echo through the ages. The very air seems to hum with the presence of unseen forces, and every dark corner could be hiding a tale of terror. Among the many chilling tales woven into the fabric of Indian folklore, the legend of the Chudail stands out as particularly terrifying. This story has been told and retold, each time growing more haunting and vivid. Passed down through generations, the stories serve as warnings, cautionary reminders of the vengeful spirits that are said to roam the land, seeking to lure unsuspecting souls to their doom. Elders recount these tales with a mix of fear and reverence, ensuring that the legend of the Chudail is never forgotten. The Chudail, a malevolent spirit often born from the tragic deaths of young women, embodies the raw essence of fear. Her presence is felt in the rustling of leaves, the creaking of old doors, and the sudden chill that runs down your spine. She is not merely a ghost, but a manifestation of anguish, betrayal, and a thirst for revenge that transcends the veil of death. Her story is one of sorrow and rage, a testament to the enduring power of human emotions. Her story serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring power of human emotions, even in the afterlife. The Chudail's tale is a stark warning of the consequences of betrayal and the lengths to which a tormented soul will go to seek retribution. To encounter a Chudail is to face the embodiment of pure terror, a creature driven by an insatiable hunger for vengeance. Her presence is a harbinger of doom, and those who cross her path are often left with a lingering sense of dread. The stories often begin with whispers, hushed tones exchanged under the cloak of darkness. These whispers grow into full-fledged tales of horror, spreading fear and caution among those who hear them. They paint a picture of a vengeful spirit, forever bound to the earthly realm by the circumstances of her untimely demise. The Chudail's chains are not of iron, but of sorrow and rage, binding her to the world of the living. The Chudail is not a creature of distant legends, but a very real threat, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. Her presence is a constant reminder of the thin veil between the living and the dead. Her tale is a chilling reminder that even in death, there may be no escape from the pain and sorrow of the living world. The Chudail's story is a haunting testament to the enduring power of human emotion and the lengths to which a tormented soul will go to seek retribution. A vision of horror. The Chudail's appearance. The Chudail is not a phantom that hides in the darkness. She is a creature of striking yet grotesque beauty, her appearance designed to both lure and repel. Her visage is a paradox, a blend of allure and terror that captivates and horrifies in equal measure. Her skin, often described as pale and luminescent, as if lit by an internal flame, belies the darkness that consumes her soul. This eerie glow is said to be a remnant of the life force she once possessed, now twisted into something malevolent. Her eyes, wide and piercing, hold a depth of malice that can chill the bravest heart, reflecting the torment she endured in life. These eyes are windows to her tormented soul, revealing the pain and suffering that have transformed her into this fearsome entity. Her long black hair, often described as tangled and thick as a raven's wing, serves as both a weapon and a shroud. It moves with a life of its own, a dark cascade that can ensnare and entrap those who dare to come too close. It cascades down her body, concealing the disfigurements that mark her as a creature of darkness. This hair, both beautiful and terrifying, is a symbol of her dual nature, hiding the horrors that lie beneath. Her feet, often twisted backwards, are a chilling reminder of her unnatural existence, a physical manifestation of the twisted path her soul has taken. These feet, grotesque and unsettling, are a stark contrast to her otherwise alluring appearance. The Chudail's attire varies depending on the region and the storytelling, but it always serves to heighten her otherworldly allure. Her clothing, whether simple or elaborate, adds to the mystique and fear that she inspires. Sometimes she is depicted in a white sari, the traditional garment of mourning, its purity stained by the darkness that clings to her. This attire symbolizes her tragic past and the sorrow that has transformed her into a vengeful spirit. Other tales describe her adorned in vibrant colors, a deceptive facade meant to entice unsuspecting victims. These bright garments are a stark contrast to her dark nature, a lure for those who are unaware of the danger she represents. Regardless of her attire, the Chudail is a creature of striking contrasts, her beauty forever marred by the palpable aura of menace that surrounds her. She is a haunting reminder of the thin line between beauty and horror, a spectral figure that embodies both in a terrifying dance. The Hunter's Tale. An encounter in the Shadowlands. The village elder, a man weathered by time and experience, leaned closer to the flickering firelight, his voice a low rumble that echoed the distant growl of a tiger. His eyes, shadowed by the years, glinted with a mixture of fear and reverence as he began his tale. He spoke of a hunter, a man known for his bravery and skill, who dared to venture deep into the heart of the forest, a place where shadows held sway and the air hung heavy with unspoken dread. This hunter, driven by a sense of duty and a thirst for adventure, had heard the whispers of the Chudail, a malevolent spirit said to haunt the darkest corners of the woods. It was a place where the Chudail was said to roam, her cries echoing through the trees, a siren song of despair and vengeance. The villagers spoke of her with hushed voices, their faces pale with fear, recounting tales of those who had ventured into the forest and never returned. The hunter, armed with his trusty rifle and a spirit fortified by tales of bravery passed down through generations, pressed onward, his path illuminated only by the pale glow of the moon. Each step he took was measured, his senses heightened as he navigated the treacherous terrain. The forest seemed to press in around him, the trees twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes that whispered warnings on the wind. The air grew colder, and the silence was punctuated by the occasional rustle of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. He could feel the weight of unseen eyes upon him, tracking his every move. The sensation was unnerving, a constant reminder that he was not alone in this forsaken place. His heart pounded in his chest, each beat echoing like a drum in the stillness of the night. As the night wore on, he stumbled upon a clearing, bathed in an unnatural light. The glow was eerie, casting long shadows that danced and flickered at the edge of his vision. It was as if the forest itself was alive, watching and waiting. In the center stood a lone figure, a woman of ethereal beauty, her back to him. Her presence was both mesmerizing and terrifying, a beacon in the darkness that drew him closer despite the fear that gnawed at his insides. He called out, his voice hoarse from thirst and fear, but the figure did not respond. The silence was deafening, amplifying the tension that hung in the air. He took a hesitant step forward, his mind racing with questions and doubts. She turned slowly, her face obscured by a veil of long black hair. The movement was deliberate, almost mechanical, and it sent a shiver down his spine. He could feel the malevolence radiating from her, a dark energy that seemed to seep into the very ground beneath his feet. As she drew closer, the hunter felt a chill run down his spine, for he saw that her feet were twisted backwards, her ankles bent at an unnatural angle. The sight was grotesque, a stark contrast to her otherwise ethereal appearance, and it filled him with a sense of dread unlike anything he had ever known. He raised his rifle, his finger trembling on the trigger, but the woman let out a piercing shriek that seemed to split the night in two. The sound was otherworldly, a cry of anguish and rage that reverberated through the forest, causing the very trees to shudder. The hunter stumbled back, his mind reeling, and in that moment of hesitation, the Chudail was upon him, her long, sharp nails digging into his flesh. The pain was excruciating, a searing agony that tore through his body as he struggled to break free from her grasp. The forest seemed to close in around him, the shadows deepening as the Chudail's grip tightened, pulling him into the darkness. Domains of dread where Chudails prowl.